Hello there, my name is Anna Lundberg. I'm the founder of One Step Outside, author of Leaving the Corporate 9 to 5 and host of the Reimagining Success podcast. Now, today I want to talk to you about bringing together lots of different ideas, or at least a few different ideas, into a coherent brand. And you may have come across, and I hope you've come across, Emily Wapnick's TED Talk, for example. She talked about how we don't all have one true calling. She talks about the idea of being a multipotentialite. And perhaps you've come across Emma Gannon, who talks about the multi-hyphen career. Whatever you want to call yourself, multi-potentialite, multi-passionate, a slashy, a polymath, a scanner. I prefer the term Renaissance man or woman. I would like to think of myself as a Leonardo da Vinci, don't we all? Whatever you think of yourself as, this is a really growing trend, and the beauty is that these days there are more opportunities than ever to bring together those unique threads. And in fact, that is what makes us unique in a business. It's something that allows us to express the different facets and interests that we have, but also can be a really unique proposition that can help our clients even more. So do you feel like you're a multi-potentialite Renaissance man and woman? I often find that clients ask me, but how on earth do I bring in these ideas into one elevator pitch, one website? And I just thought I'd give you a couple of ideas there. And of course, it depends a little bit on the different ideas and projects that you are working on. But one idea, and I believe Emily talks about this as well, is to have an umbrella concept, an umbrella theme. So perhaps I have a client, for example, who wanted to work with lots of different women in different stages of their career and different sort of life stages, perhaps coming out of divorce and so on. And there were some different aspects that seemed like lots of different niches. And yet she came up with a theme of reinvention. So that's something really powerful. And you can see how reinvention can apply to career and relationships, health and well-being, and all sorts of different arenas. Perhaps your theme is leaving the corporate 9 to 5, and within that you might help people both figure out what it is they want to do and get that business up and running and build the personal brand and so on. So for me, for example, I get to use my life coaching hat, my marketing mentor, my business expertise, and some broader concepts, my training, my coaching, and so on. So there are lots of different strings to my bow that I can weave in under an umbrella heading, which is a long period of time, a big transition from A to B, but it makes sense. So it's very coherent in terms of the journey that I'm helping people to go on. So reinvention or risk taking, maybe helping people set goals, that's something else. So if you can find a heading, an umbrella under which your different projects and ideas can sit, then that can make a lot of sense, and that can make it easier for you to feel authentic and whole when you're showing up. It's easier for you to have that elevator pitch and to weave things together onto your website under that heading. Now, it may be that your ideas are so different that they just don't make sense under an umbrella heading. I'm this and that, or there's this idea of the slashy that Emma talks about as well. I'm a digital marketer / yoga teacher, or I am a charity consultant / adventure photographer. And in those cases, it sounds like your audience target is completely different. Maybe it's corporates versus individuals. Your branding, maybe you're more creative over here, and there you need to be a bit more sort of sensible and strict. The whole idea, the whole concept, the whole product and service is offering is completely different. Then I don't believe it makes sense to weave that together into a business website. You might want to have then one channel, for example, LinkedIn, one business name and website for the corporate work, let's say. And then another channel, maybe Instagram, Facebook, and another heading for your other work. Having said that, I'm a big fan, and I've talked about this before, of having a personal brand, and it may be, again, for your own sake, to be showing up whole, that you have your own personal branding website, so annalundberg.com. I'd weave together those different threads, even if I then open that up into a portal of different brands, different websites. And then finally, it may be that actually all those different ideas you have aren't different ideas at all. So I had another client I was talking to last week, and she had mapped out her ikigai, all the skills she have, all the interests, the passions, the missions, the causes she believes in, and how to monetize those. And she felt a bit fragmented across all these different ideas. But when we looked at it more closely, we saw that actually, hang on, these different ideas are actually just different ways in which she could market herself. They're different ways in which she could deliver her service. So if you, like many people, really want to speak write books and blog posts. Maybe you want to have a podcast. Maybe you want to do a TED talk. Maybe you want to coach, but you also want to train and teach. Those are different ways in which you can deliver your service, and they're different ways in which you're going to need to and want to market yourself and sell yourself. So they're not necessarily different ideas. That's not completely fragmented and doesn't need 5 different business websites. That's something can absolutely be woven together, and it's just different ways of executing that one central idea. So maybe again, you want to have that umbrella theme. So if you think of yourself as a multipotentialite, maybe you've been struggling with weaving together different ideas, have a think about, is there an umbrella theme that you can put everything under? If not, if it's a completely different client target, completely different audience, completely different concept and service offering and so on, can you have 2 things that you're doing? And that's another way of introducing yourself. I'm this and I'm that. Or perhaps are your different ideas actually not different ideas at all, and they're just different ways in which you're executing that one central idea? So let me know in the comments below, are you a slashy, are you a Renaissance man or a woman? What's your unique combination of projects and ideas that you're working on? And of course, as ever, you can dig deeper into this topic over on the Reimagining Success podcast. New episode coming every Thursday. Thanks so much for listening, and I'll see you next week. Bye for now.